What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Miss V, and welcome to my channel today. And what I'm going to be talking about today is I'm going to give you 5 reasons why happily married men cheat. I have here on the panel today with me, Mr. Let Go. And if you all are not familiar with him, he is the coach that teaches women how to let go of their trauma. And I will let him tell you more about himself and just let you all know I am in his coaching group as well. So, Mr. Aaron, could you please introduce yourself?
Hi, y'all. What's up? This is Mr. Let Go, and this is an interesting topic. We're talking about the 5 reasons why men cheat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is going to be really great because I have 2 different coaching groups, and one of them is me helping women understand men, right? So it's not just about childhood trauma, is understanding why men do what they do so women can get a better understanding of men, because most women, they're just surrounded by women, and all women do is just sit around and cackle about what they think and what they heard and who did what, and is gossip and all the other stuff. So I try to give women a good understanding of what men are doing and why men are doing what they're doing, how they're feeling, along with helping them let go of their childhood trauma. So today, we're going to talk about why men cheat, the 5 reasons why men cheat. So this is going to be dope.
Okay. All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. So what I'm going to let y'all know what the research and the statistics say. The research, it shows that 20% of men are unfaithful that are happily married, compared to 13% of women who cheat. Men and women, they're very close in the cheating rates. However, men still cheat more than women. 15 to 20% of married couples, they do cheat. So it was another study done with the Americans' generational gap in extramarital affairs. They too say 20% of older couples, they are noted to have cheated during their marriage. And out of the statistics, it also show my Invisaligns. It also showed that Black men cheat more so than Hispanic men and white men. Most people who cheat have been married for at least 20 to 30 years and are between the ages of 50 and 60. So before I go any further, I want to put this video up. And again, our topic is why do happily married men cheat? And I want you all to listen to this. It's very interesting.
If we can divorce, why do we still have affairs? Now, the typical assumption is that if someone cheats, either there's something wrong in your relationship or wrong with you. But millions of people can't all be pathological. The logic goes like this. If you have everything you need at home, then there is no need to go looking elsewhere. Assuming that...
Okay.
So we got to make sure, as when we're using content, we got to talk about it in sections.
Oh, okay.
So you can't just play the whole video. So we got to talk about the first part, and then we can move on from it.
Okay. All right. So the first part of it was, if you are happily married, why would you cheat?
Mm-hmm.
And is there a certain thing of, I think she was saying, of being, actually, let me just go back and replay that.
Yeah, just that first part.
Okay, gotcha.
And divorce, why do we still have affairs? Now, the typical assumption is that if someone cheats, either there's something wrong in your relationship or wrong with you.
Right there.
Okay. So
just bring us back up.
Yes. Okay, so
the
again, the other one. I'm sorry, guys. I told you I don't mind learning from my mistakes. I'm still learning. Thank you, Mr. Let Go. So let me speak to that as far as when being in a married relationship when you find that your spouse has cheated on you. Often, as a Black woman, we often feel like that there's something wrong with us, or there was something wrong, with him, or we tend to more or less blame it on us, and we feel like because we are married, then that cannot happen. It should not happen because we're supposed to be happy.
Yeah.
But oftentimes that is not the case. Oftentimes when a man cheat on his wife or even a girlfriend, the first thing we think, and I'm a Black woman, I can't speak for white women, we as Black women think that, what's wrong with me?
Well, sometimes it is something wrong with you.
Well, not necessarily. If he's happy.
No. Sometimes it is something wrong with you.
Okay, so you're speaking from a male's perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, so give me your male perspective.
Okay, so sometimes there's something wrong with us, and sometimes there's something wrong with you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an important conversation for women to be able to have, but it's difficult because women are egotistical. So you'll assume it's you, but it's a narcissistic assumption where it's just like, oh, I'm just terrible. You need to just, and it's not an understanding of like, oh, wow, it was me for real. How can I fix that? No, it's a falling all on the floor. You did this to me. You get what I'm saying? So it's a difference.
So I get you. So I'm gonna.
So let me say this. So me and you talking, right? Mm-hmm. And say I offend you, right? Mm-hmm. And you say, Aaron, you offended me. I can take two different ways of dealing with. One, I could say, oh, damn, what did I say? What did I do? I'm sorry. Or either I could say, oh, you know what? Since I offended you, I'm just a terrible person. You know what? Just click me off and get rid of me. And now you go like, no. Like, can we you know what I'm saying? So it's always a narcissistic way of it's my fault, or either it's a constructive way of understanding it's my fault. So that's what I want to say.
Okay, so and I will agree with you on that. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we as Black women don't allow the man the free space to say exactly how he feels without us getting upset or offended. Yeah. So I will agree with you on that. And a lot of time it comes with growth. It comes with insecurities on our part. And again, some narcissistic ways also. It's just a learning process that we all women have to learn to get past. Because oftentimes, as my husband and I, we have conversated about, listen, a lot of times, and I'll get into different reasons, but I'm just going to touch on this real quick. A lot of times men want to say how they really feel, tell us and open up, but they are afraid of the reaction, and they pretty much know how we're going to react. So what do? You keep it to yourself.
And at some point, we just get another chick. And it's, women use food as coping mechanisms. Mm-hmm. We use new poom poom as coping mechanisms. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it's not right. I'm just being real. It's not right, but that's what we do. Whether we're single or whether relationship, whether we just got our relationship, we just gonna go find some chick to, just get on top of, and it's going to make us feel better. And a woman, when she deals with something, she's going to find some food to get on top of, and that's going to make her feel better. So we're not just talking about cheating. We're talking about coping mechanisms. So in this situation, if I tell you you're my wife or girlfriend or whatever, and I'm saying, hey, like every time I try to tell you what the problem is, you demonize me for pointing it out. So I'm a narcissist because you're doing something. At some point, I'm only going to say it at the most 3 times. Because you're going to lose respect for me if I say it the 4th time, because now I'm a bitch. My man is a whole bitch. All he does is sit around and whine and complain. You act like a damn woman, right? So we're never going to complain about one thing 4 times, ever. So we're going to complain about it 1 time. If you don't keep doing it, we'll complain about it a 2nd time. And if you keep doing it, we may say something the 3rd time, but most likely we just going to get a chick on the side, because that's going to see our women versus some random chick that we sleep with. Our women at some point loses a certain amount of respect or admiration or adoration for us, because it's just natural. You see us every day. It's just like Michael Jordan's son or LeBron James' son. we'll look at LeBron James like, wow, he's this, wow, want to shake his hand. His son don't care because he's used to LeBron James or Michael Jordan. So just like you don't really, you admire us, love us and all that, but you don't see us like some random woman would see us. She sees us, and if we're looking good or we got some money or whatever, our car, whatever, she's like, wow, look at him. I would love to be with him. You ain't looking at us like that as our wives because you're used to the lifestyle, the whatever. And then you see the negatives of us because we got a lot of negative sides along with positives. So the new chick don't see the negatives. She just sees the positives. So you don't see us like this chick over here sees us. And the same thing goes with men seeing women too. We're just talking about men. So if we start feeling like you don't appreciate us paying these bills, doing this, and in a lot of cases, it's not just a man paying all the bills, it's split or whatever. But men do a lot and don't ask for a lot. So when we do complain about something, and the woman doesn't do anything about it, we now feel unheard and unappreciated. And the coping mechanism is just go get this little chick that keep looking at us every time we go to the little gas station. Because with us, we'll sleep with a chick work at a gas station, a chick work at Walmart. We'll just, it could be anybody. She got a nice ass. We're going to go sleep with her.
Well, speak the truth.
Right. And next thing you know, she admires us or some little hood rat or whatever. And then the second we go see her is peace. There's no complaining. There's no whining. There's no bitching. And if we got kids, it ain't no kids all in the way. And mommy, daddy, it's not all that. It's just me and her sitting down on the couch, a quiet apartment or whatever. She's just laid, draped all over me, walking around with some little shorts on, and it's like, wow. This is a nice little fake life I'm living. I come in the house, she opens the door, she just goes in the kitchen, and then it's no stress, and I don't have any responsibility because this ain't my house. So when I go home, I got responsibilities. I'm paying all these bills. So it's a difference. It's not an excuse, but sometimes when a man does not feel heard, he'll go cheat on a girl. I mean, with some girl that will hear every word that comes up. She'll hear us breathing. You ever heard of a woman like, I can listen, I can hear you breathe. A woman will hear a man breathing and she'll be like, I love how you breathe. That's a real thing.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't know how you breathe. Don't care how you breathe.
But here's the thing. It's almost like you're feeling validated again.
Yeah.
And it's a way of getting your ego stroked. And it's a way of getting what you're not getting at home. And that's not to say that you don't love your wife. It's just that one thing that you're missing there. And just for a moment, you can live in a world of peace, a world of feeling validated, all of that. But that's not to say, listen, I'm not giving up what I got at home.
Right.
I just need a break just for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And statistics also show that 25% of married men are more likely to have multiple one-night stands.
Mm-hmm.
And that goes back to what you're saying. Just give me anytime somebody's giving you the attention that you're not getting, most likely you're going to go there just for a little bit. Let's get back to this video and see what else she says about happily married men cheating.
But millions of people can't all be pathological. The logic goes like this. If you have everything you need at home, then there is no need to go looking elsewhere. Assuming that there is such a thing as a perfect marriage that will inoculate us against wanderlust.
Is there a certain thing as a perfect marriage? You've been married before. Is there a certain thing as perfect marriage?
I can hear. No, I would say no. When it comes to men, we don't look for, we don't care. You know, a lot of times women look for perfection. So, see, we look at rules. Like men, we walk around with man rules. You know, as far as men go, if a man is in a stall taking a dump, you can't talk to me. Like it's certain things. We don't pee next to each other in the urinal unless we have to. It's certain man rules that we go by. So we don't go by whether something is perfect or not. We go by parameters and boundaries. We don't need nothing to be perfect. We just need boundaries and parameters so we know, because we all somewhat think the same. We all have the same man rules, and we come from all different walks of life.
So let me speak to that. As a Black woman, we look at, once we say I do, that this is perfect. Like this, nothing go wrong. You're my king, and this is just, everything is just perfect. But that's unrealistic, right? And what I've learned, and learning the hard way, no matter how much you love someone, you cannot put your everything into that person and have the expectation that they can do no wrong, because what I realized, that's an added pressure to your spouse.
Well,
go ahead.
Think about this, Veronica. You don't even have to have any of that pressure. If you just set one rule, and that is, if you cheat on me more than 2 times in life, more than 5 times, give a man a actual parameter that he can live by. In a 10-year period, if you cheat on me more than 3 times, I don't care who, what, when, where, and how, the marriage is over. If you cheat on me once, that's a little hard, because, not saying a guy will cheat, but in a 10-year period, some stupid stuff happens or whatever, you might either have to make a decision and stay with them and go against, your rule. But if you were to just set an actual thing within a 10-year period, you got 3 times to cheat on me. And if you do this, I don't care what is going on. We kind of have a dog, kids, picket fence. It is over. And I'm not even going to be mad because you did it to yourself. I ain't going to be crying, getting a divorce, take half of your shit, is a wrap. You can put that in a divorce agreement, and then, because that's actually fair. Instead of, if you cheat on me, it's over. If you cheat on me 3 times in 10 years, it's over. Now that's kind of like negotiable, and it doesn't give a man a right to cheat, but it makes a man feel like he's not like, all right, because if you think I'm cheating, now that might be number 1. I might not be cheating. But in your mind, that's number 1. You get what I'm saying? Because the dude is not going to be like, look. We're just going to be like, what are you talking about? I ain't cheating, So you put together a rule, a parameter like that, just like I said, that clicks with men, because with us, regardless of how y'all want to look at it, if you cheat on us 1 time, it's over in 100 years.
But that's not, I don't agree with that.
No.
But that's just how men think.
Everybody has their own tolerance, because with us, if a woman cheats, she's no longer ours. Another man has conquered you. Another man has went inside of you. There's me, and there's no way in hell, because you're no longer mine. And he got the poom poom for free. He ain't had to pay nothing. You know how much shit I got to deal with being with you? And another man just gonna come right in like, oh damn, you cute. Ooh, you cute too. Are you crazy? How much shit I had to deal with? So no.
But it works both ways, though. That works both ways, because that's like a double standard. It's almost
it's actually
like,
not. But go ahead.
It's just like it's a double standard, because we have to deal with a whole lot of things too when it comes to a man, and being married. It's work involved on both parts. So we feel like that the penis is ours. So what do you mean? All I got to go through, and you're just going to go ahead and sleep with her because she got a fat ass? No, player, it don't work like that. So you done opened the door. So now that the door is open, don't try to shut it.
Well, no, because the thing about it is, we're going inside of a woman. We're conquering a woman. We're not getting conquered. For example, if your man cheat on you with a dude, and he will, and that's different, because your man just got conquered by a man. That's disgusting to a heterosexual person. So that's the same thing. So you would get rid of the dude just like that, because that man just got conquered. So it's a difference.
For me, For me, I feel like if the way I value you, you should value me the exact same way. If I
That's
don't
not
want
how
you,
life is.
it's not how life is, but that's just the speaking reality, you know.
Mhm.
And if you don't want your woman to sleep or step out, then you don't do it either.
Well, yeah, and that's a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
You say, hey, you do this one time is over, and you say, okay, if you do this one time is over, there's nothing wrong with that.
So let's talk about other reasons why that would make a man, a happily married man, step out. Statistics show that financial instability because an adulterous affair.
Mhm.
When
I can
there's
see a man having issues, feeling emasculated either by the woman or by himself because he ain't making enough money or whatever, and he can go cheat on some little hood rat that don't make no money, and she still, just like the first example, she looks up to him, but your wife looks down at you because you ain't got no job.
mm. See,
Or
you know, honestly, when I
Mhm,
read that, and I'm thinking, how could that be? So you just shed light to me. To
mhm.
whereas to a wife may be like, look, you're not making enough, but the other person be like, no, you're fine. Like,
You're fine. Yeah.
uh-huh. Okay, I can see that. Also, 15% of men who are financially dependent on their spouse will cheat, and
Oh,
that's
he's always gonna cheat. Because she's his mother, not his woman, his wife.
mm-hmm. Wow, wow. And you know what? Another statistic shows that men who are at least likely to cheat earns at least 70%, or wait a minute, who make 70% of the income in the family will not cheat. I don't know if I agree with that
Oh,
one.
say it again.
Men who make at least, oh, okay, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Men are least likely to cheat if he earns at least 70% of the household income. Now that's kind of different. If he's making the money, then he's not going to cheat. That's statistics, but I still say when they make money, they feel like they have a lot of options.
Not really, because one, we feel good about ourselves. Two,
Mm-hmm.
we're taking care of our business, and our woman, remember, looks up to us because we're the breadwinner. So there's no emasculation. There's no feeling that we're unappreciated. You don't have to work that much, so you're always sexually, or you're more sexually available to me, more in the mood, because if I'm paying 70% of the bills, most likely you ain't doing a lot. So you're available to me. You ain't tired. You ain't upset, frustrated. So, because a lot of times we just want sex and the woman just be like, I'm tired. So if you ain't tired, because I make the majority of the money, I'm getting fed better, so in a nice scenario, because we just looking at statistics, yeah, there's no reason for him to cheat. We don't want to cheat, Veronica. Like, cheating is very annoying because we're lazy. Men are
Mm-hmm.
lazy. So we have a chick, we gotta hide her phone number. We gotta do all this other stuff. Women catty and I always say women are children. So you got a chick on the side. She's gonna do something stupid on purpose. Call you 3 o'clock in the morning, text you, why you ain't call me back, sending some dumb stuff, naked pictures.
You
She's
know why?
trying to break y'all up,
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
that's why I say women are children. So we don't want to cheat because women don't have no sense. They ain't going, at some point, they're going to start acting up. So we don't really want to cheat, Veronica. Do you think men want to cheat?
I don't. I
Just
don't.
as a woman.
As a woman, do I think men want to cheat?
Yeah.
Mm, I think men, if they can get away with it, yes, I do. I do feel that. I do feel that even if they're happy, sometimes men, you all go through what we call a midlife crisis. At some point, you want to know if you still have it.
Let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
If a man went to a strip club and had sex with a stripper, or got some head from a stripper, would that feel not as bad versus sleeping with his coworker, him sleeping with his coworker or something?
How can I say this? Eating ain't cheating and sucking ain't fucking.
Oh man. Okay. I ain't see that coming. That's hilarious. That is a clip right there.
Yes,
Wow.
definitely. Yeah. You men, just know this, and women, eating ain't cheating, and sucking ain't fucking.
Oh my God. Wow. What do y'all think about that? Like, that's hilarious. Okay. So that is a parameter.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? That makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
So now, if a man did feel the need to do some stuff, right? He could say, just as a worst case scenario, out of respect for our marital parameters,
Mm-hmm.
we'll just 69 each other and be good. And then to a certain degree, you're still gonna have the woman doing stupid shit, calling your phone, texting you,
Oh,
trying to
absolutely.
break y'all up.
Mm-hmm.
But at least the sex wasn't, one, as intimate.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you're following the parameters. And three, doing that doesn't have a woman acting crazy as much as intercourse actually does.
But you know what? I think people, married women. Hold on, let me get this light. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me.
Okay. That took me out. That was
I think
hilarious.
women are gonna get mad when they hear me say this. Because again, a lot of us don't really want you to cheat, but damn if you do it, be respectful about it. Don't bring me nothing. I don't want to know nothing about nothing. And whoever you decide to do this with, make sure they respect the fact that, don't try to spend shit to let me know that what you're doing. Because at the end of the day,
a guy would want to let you know.
No. A woman, you know how women, if your husband step out, they're gonna want the wife to know.
Would you pay a woman to do it so you don't have to worry about none of that stuff?
No, I wouldn't.
Okay, I'm just a question.
No, I mean, because this day and time, you just never know. People, there's different things.
Because I think if a woman actually set it up, she don't have to worry about no issues.
Well, again, that goes to what type of relationship you want to have. Do we want to have an open marriage?
No. I'm just saying, if y'all going through some stuff and you're just like, okay, look, this is what I want to do. I don't trust you to go out and find some woman, get a phone number, start calling her. No, I'm going to find a woman.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to pay her, and I'm going to let her know that it's okay to sleep with my husband and once or whatever. And she's going to report back to me on what went on. And now I feel better about that because she knows what not to do, what to do, what not to say, what not, don't call my husband baby, don't do this. And she's on the payroll. And if you want to sleep with somebody, it's on her. But you're paying her not to be intimate, not to kiss, not to say baby, not to this shows to not to do none of that stuff.
Real quick, let me say something real quick. Now, listen, if he putting it down like that, baby coming out. So I'm just saying. No,
I know. I'm just saying, like, put some parameters where this woman that is on your payroll can, do things every now and then, so it keep things down, and you don't have to worry about, because you now have a certain amount of control over the scenario. And, Black women love control. So if you actually had control over what your man was doing, I think that would actually be advantageous to a woman who thinks the typical man is bound to cheat. Well, put him in a position where he can do it under your own supervision, in supervision. And I think that would actually be advantageous to both parties. If you think your situation is a little tumultuous, you already know how men are. He's going to sleep with some stripper or gets to work with some girl he works with or whatever, or his assistant. But if you put some fine ass woman in front of him and you say it's okay because she's on payroll, you control it. And if you ever wanted to end, it'll end.
Well, you know what? I think Tatiana And her husband, he was a basketball player.
Yeah.
They have some type of relationship like that, that he can sleep. They can have like a menage a trois, but she have to pick the girl. Like he can't go out, you know.
I think that's different though.
Huh?
I think that's different because I think that's a normal thing that men and women do. The menage a trois. I'm saying if a woman is just like, because sometimes you may be like, you may not want to have sex or whatever, and in order to keep things a certain way, if you have a woman on payroll, you know, but the menage a trois, that's a little bit different because that means the woman is into it too. So she's having fun too. That's kind of like what Ray J and Princess is going through.
Yes.
She actually understood that Ray J loved women. So she just did menage a trois with him. But at the same time, she didn't really enjoy doing it. So that was some people pleaser type of stuff. And a woman you never want to like put a woman in a position where she keeps wanting to do stuff in order to please her man, but she's not happy. Because we men, guess what? We're going to want to keep doing it. And then when you finally say, you know what, I actually don't even like this, I was just doing it. Now he's going to be like, so
what was the problem from the beginning?
Right. You've been doing it. Now you just is a problem. Now it's an argument, you know, and he's going to blame you.
9 times out of 10.
Not saying a woman shouldn't do that, but it's just a slippery slope depending on what type of man it is.
I know Kevin Hart had said something about his friend had told him, like, you know, I want to explore me and my wife having an open marriage. And he was like, yo, bro, I don't think you want to do that. He's like, no, I think we want to do it. And he was like, literally, he saw this man, the dog out of his wife, and he can't come back from it.
He saw it? Why was he? What do you mean he saw it?
He actually saw it. And
why he was there? Why was he there?
I guess it's they were doing it all together. And he can't come back from it.
And that's what I'm saying. None of us can come back from it. Because like I said, just imagine, okay, the way a woman's body is versus the way a man's body is. In porn, one thing looks worse than others. So imagine if a man is going down on his wife and she slept with another man. He can't do that no more because
there's
something up in there.
You know,
ain't nothing up in us. So I mean, it's an inside outside thing. Our outside is going inside of a woman.
Yeah, but
I would not be able to do oral sex on a woman that I know that another man done been in. She's my wife.
So let me ask you this. So of course, I'm sure when you meet somebody, they have had other partners, right?
She's not mine. She's not my wife. She's not. I didn't commit to her. I didn't marry her. I'm not in love with her. I don't know this damn woman.
Okay, so if you marry somebody, they still have relations with other people before you, and so of course that's gonna be some courtship.
Years before.
Years before, not necessarily. You can meet somebody, fall in love with them, and y'all go through a courtship, right? But then that courtship, you mean to tell me there's no oral sex going on?
I don't know you.
No, when you're when you start, like with your relationship now, when you first got into your relationship, right? There were other people before you.
No.
There were other people before you.
No.
Squint your eyes. I'm looking at your body language. Don't do that because we're going to go there today, Mr. Let Go. There were other people before you. Your girlfriend was not a virgin when you met her.
She was kind of a virgin.
But there was kind of and being a virgin are two different things.
I didn't know her.
It doesn't matter, but somebody knew her before you. So therefore, something was in her before you got there. So you all start dating, going together. So there's no oral sex going on until you all get married?
No, but
there's no oral sex going on. I'm gonna ask again. There's no oral sex.
Yes, there's all kinds of oral sex going on.
Okay, so that means you've been behind somebody else. To a man. We take care of y'all. All right.
and you become ours. When I first meet you, I'm not taking care of you. I'm not taking care of your little big-headed kids. I don't know your mama. I don't know you. So you just some girl that I like, and we just doing freaky stuff. When I love you, and then we're in a relationship, or either we get married, that's a different feeling. It's almost a feeling of ownership. That's my poom poom.
But there somebody before you got your poom poom. So you going behind.
Well, it's like you go to Waffle House. This is my glass of water. I'm gonna use a straw, but I'm just as an example. This is my glass of water. Somebody had their lips on this glass of water probably 10 minutes ago. You know?
Yes.
Even though I use a straw, I'm just using this as symbolism. So I understand what you're saying. But if I take this cup home, or if I go to Walmart, buy a new thing of cups, right? Or I'm not gonna buy used cups.
No, let's stay with the Waffle House, because I see where you're going and I love it. Let's stay with the Waffle, because you got the glass.
If I take that cup home, because I only remember on Pizza Hut, they used to have the red cups. You'll steal the cup. You sold the cups, right? The red cups. So you'll steal the cups. Those cups had people's lips on them. But once you've had that cup at home, ain't nobody drinking out of your cup.
But lips was on cup. Right. It was lips on it before you got it, and you carried it home, washed it, cleaned it up, right? That's
but
the same.
At some point, can't nobody in the house drink out of your cup, right or wrong?
You're right. So
that's what I'm saying.
Right. So let's just go back to the cup. So now you done got that cup, and you done washed that cup, and that cup is clean. So if your girl step out and come back and wash her cup, it is therefore clean.
And then if you step out and the size of the cup is like this, that's a whole new problem.
But here's the thing, though.
She's shaped like a cup now.
But here's the thing, though. A woman's body conforms to
whoever
she's with. Yes, it does.
It doesn't go back down.
If I can have a 7-pound, 12-ounce baby, do you realize how? Well, your wife had children. Was you there when she actually pushed the baby out? Did you see how wide her vagina got when the head came out?
My kids have little heads. My wife has little heads. That's why, hence the reason why I only date women with little heads. Kids have little heads, so I didn't really have to worry about that.
Come on,
now you see, there's a whole strategy to me dating women with little heads. Their kids have little heads, therefore their little heads come out, and it don't just like, my kids don't. Her poom poom doesn't look like a potato chip bag, so I don't have that problem.
Listen, every woman's body conforms to whoever she's with. That's fact. That's fact. Now, can you get distorted? Yes. If somebody's being rough with you, and it's just always a constant destruction of the body, yes, of course you can. I've heard of women actually having to have surgery, because they didn't. I ain't gonna say value their body because of some things that had happened. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, we're still talking about why men cheat.
Okay.
Why happily we got off on that, but I love it. Why happily married men cheat. Do you realize this is a really good conversation with us? We are agreeing to disagree, and I am not.
You're not being fussy.
So you had touched on some a few minutes ago about personal boundaries. That would definitely cause someone a man to cheat with personal boundaries, because sometimes boundaries are not being set. They feel like that, they have nothing of their own. So when boundaries are crossed, they're going to go somewhere else to feel like that, at least I have this.
Yeah. Somebody looks up to me.
Absolutely. And I think we as Black women, we have to get out of the mindset, because I was talking to my best friend. I hope she's listening and watching. I hope I was telling her, even though we do, because our emotions inflect in our voice and the things we say, you have to allow a person to be who they are.
Meaning what?
Meaning that
a whore?
No, I'm talking about men at this point.
Okay.
Men with women, with us Black women, they don't feel like they can be free in saying how they really feel. Prime example, if we were together and we're used to having sex a certain way, right? and you come in and say, listen, oh, I want to be a little bit more freaky. Where do you get that from? Where you been? And see, that would shut you down because you're saying like, I can't really be who I am.
I can't be who I am. That makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So we as women have to have a more open mind and create a safe place. I always like to say a free zone to where in a no judgment zone to where if you feel like, because what we started off doing, as we may want to do something else. I want to explore other stuff, so why should I make you or feel bad because you want to explore some other parts of sexuality? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
Respect goes a long way. When a man doesn't feel respected, he will definitely go
sleep with a stripper.
And I always say this too, and my husband and I talk about this. It's a way that you can say things. And I know people in the group probably be like, man, her husband, but I don't talk to my husband like that. Well, y'all be like, I ain't no way in the world she married. But it's a way that you can get your point across without lowering or making a person feel lower than, what they are or whatever.
Yeah.
The inflection on your voice and how you say things, it means a lot. And not only that, respect goes on outside of the house. Lashik and I had a conversation, and we said, if my husband and I have a disagreement, when we walk out this house, nobody would ever know it.
Yeah.
We should never get into a disagreement outside of the house where people would see and actually be like, oh my God, right. Say certain things. No, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on the respect part?
Men don't want love. Men want respect. So if you don't respect me, we don't even need to stay married no more. Because I'm sure going to cheat on you.
I can see that. I can definitely see that. I actually witnessed a situation to where
I find somebody that's going to respect me.
I actually witnessed a situation where we were on vacation, and the young lady and her husband, they got into a really bad argument, and it spilled outside of the hotel room into the hallway where everybody was at. I was embarrassed for him.
Yeah.
And she didn't get it. I was like, no, she didn't get it. You're saying, and my husband said, he ain't gonna be with her long.
No.
I'm like, he said, no, watch. And I think within the next year, he divorced her because he was like, no respect at all. So, but I like this conversation that we had. I like your transparency. Although you're very close-minded when it comes to a woman's vagina and big heads and small heads.
I'm open-minded. I'm very open-minded to women's vaginas. What?
A little head. You got to date somebody with a little head because it means
I only date women with little heads. What do you mean?
So what if somebody got a big head and she gave you all the respect in the world? I mean, being that
I'm not going to date her.
See, and that could be the very one. That could be the very one that's supposed to be your wife. All because she got a big ass head. You don't want to date her.
Wake up a pumpkin next to me.
You have to look past that. If she's giving you everything you need, listen, you're gonna throw out the 95% for the 5%.
Yeah. I don't need a lot. I just need you to have a little head. It's a couple things. That's it.
You say you don't ask for much.
I don't ask for much. Like, sit down, be quiet, fix me a sandwich, and not have a big head. That's it.
What if the woman had a big head and gave you everything that you needed and desired, the respect? She was willing to ride the bus with you, go by your rules. Because, I mean, what if, but she just had a big head?
I can find a woman with a little head that does all that stuff. I find women with little heads. Women with little heads actually, and this is a scientific fact.
Okay.
Women with little heads, they are crazier. They are a little crazy, but they're more demure and quiet and easier to deal with. And that is a proven fact. Chicks with big heads are usually the hardest women to deal with. Explain
to me the word demure, please.
Like slow to respond. She's not going to be like, who you think you are? She's like laid back, like extremely feminine, non-confrontational.
Oh, okay. Well, that's something new on
Women
me.
Little heads aren't usually if they like really little, like 4'4", now they're going to be like little chihuahuas, but a 5'6", 5'5" woman with a little head, she comes straight out the pack, just feminine.
Really? Now
That's a little head be feminine. Unless she's a wig wearer. Because I think the wigs actually does something to a woman's brain. So
is that fact or is just your opinion?
Well, the wig wearing stuff, that is really a fact. Like women who wear wigs are more problematic than women who don't wear wigs. That's simple. Anybody knows that. So
no, is that fact or is that opinion? Because I mean, you say anybody knows that. Is that fact or opinion?
Well, I don't think there's anything out there that studies wigs.
Right. So unless listen, I'm a trichologist and I know a lot about wigs. I know a lot about the different hairs. Now,
but I know wigs affect a woman's personality.
Oh, a haircut affects a man's personality.
And now you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to say it's a scientific fact, but it's enough of a fact. Woman wears a wig, something's wrong with her. A woman who wears a wig all the time. So you got a little head, you work out on a normal basis, and you wear your natural hair. I'm good. Because most likely she's going to do the other things that I want her to do because she has a little head and wears her own hair.
Okay. Lashik says she believes you.
Yeah.
Lashik says she believes you. But I feel like that, and then for everybody that just tuning in, we're talking about why do men cheat. I would like to
hit the like button if you just came in.
Yeah,
you're not reminding people to hit the like button.
Yes, please hit the like button. Please share. Please let's get these likes up. Get these likes up because if you don't, I'm tuning the hell up out of here. I need to see some color.
Yeah, I see some color in this chat.
I need to see some color in this chat. Yeah, we got Lashik. She know that. Thank you for that color, Lashik. Lashik says, "Why is something wrong with women who wear wigs?"
You got to ask them that.
I think people that wear wigs is a personality thing. I mean, it boosts your personality.
Something wrong with them.
No, it's nothing wrong with them.
It's like a mental disease. I think women who wear wigs all the time have a mental illness. Black women. Do
men who wear male hair pieces have mentally something wrong with them? Because most there are a lot of men. No, there's a lot. No, let's talk educated talk now because men that wear hair pieces,
Black men.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You didn't know that.
I'm okay with that. I'm agreeing with you on it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Now,
anybody who keeps wearing fake shit, a man who wears a hat everywhere he goes has a mental illness, in my opinion.
Oh, wow. I don't agree with that.
Some dudes wear hats in the house, outside. They can't. It's the same thing. You're hiding something. You have a deep-rooted insecurity about how you look, and you don't want people to see how you actually look. And to me, that's a mental illness.
Some people just like having their head covered.
Because something's wrong with them.
No, there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, somebody could say, because this is one thing about you, Aaron. It's like you bash women. Some people can say you have
I just said men who wear hats all the time have mental illness too.
But the majority of your conversations deals with, bashing women.
My following is women and I coach women. So the majority of everything that comes out of my mouth has something to do with women because I'm talking to women all day. Talk to you all day. I talk to Sheik all day. I talk to women. No,
you don't talk to me. You don't talk to me all day. You ghost me. And I ain't going to go there with you. You ghost me. So let the people know about your coaching group, Aaron.
Okay, I have two different coaching groups. One is I help women only, in this coaching group is a women only coaching group where I help women let go of childhood trauma, and I give women a better understanding of how men operate. The men that they want operate, masculine men. So, because if a woman can deal with me on a normal basis, she can deal with any man. A lot of times, women choose to view a loser men or effeminate men because they have a need to be right and be in control. You can't be in my coaching group with that attitude because I'm gonna put your ass out. So being in my group would put you in a position emotionally where my demeanor would actually make you say, I can understand a masculine man, instead of being like, masculine men, he's trying to control me. He wants to rule my life. No, being around me, you'll get a better understanding of what a masculine man looks like, because a lot of you ladies, your mom taught you that, you know, being with a masculine man, he's going to control you. He's going to ruin your life and all the other stuff. So that gives you, it's going to just, the interaction will give you a better understanding of who you are as a woman, your role as a woman, and a man's role as a man. We go over a book on Monday, a particular book on Mondays, and then we go over a particular book on Wednesdays. So we go over 2 books simultaneously until the books are done, and then we start over with another book. But we go over 2 books not simultaneously, Mondays and then Wednesdays. And then the second coaching group is I help people grow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. That is a great group, and that is the group Veronica is on in. We're like a family in there. We do, like, I promote content with all of us, you know, collaborations and everything. So if you're a person that is still trying to grow on YouTube, but you don't have a lot of friends that do the same thing, well, I give you all the tips and tricks on how to actually grow. The ladies, I get on the ladies' nerves. I get on the guys' nerves in the group because of how my work ethic is so crazy, and is meant to inspire them to actually do more videos and do more shows and be more comfortable, you know? So those are my 2 coaching groups, and I love what I do.
And it's obvious that you do, but I will say this, and you said something that really made me think. If a woman can deal with you, a lot of times, you know, we as women, we don't get the insight of how a man thinks, right? And so that would be good. If you want to know how a man thinks and how he is, or if the type of man you don't want to have, then yeah, get in Aaron's group, because he give it to you straight, no chaser.
Yeah.
And I would say this for the married women, you know, again, just to hear how a man thinks. A lot of times we don't want to hear it. You know, we just wait till something happens and then be like, oh, I can't believe you did this. Well, a lot of times we haven't given them the space to feel safe enough to say how they really feel or the things that they want. And that in turn kind of pushes them away. And that's not to say that they don't love us, because that's the first thing I would say. If you cheated on me, that means you don't love me. Not all the times. We as women have to own what's ours, you know. And Aaron is, I'm telling you, we go toe to toe. I am in his coaching group. I do like his coaching group. We are a family. And but yeah, if you're really interested in it, if you're a single woman and if you're going through things, listen, you got to have tough skin. If you are on the remedial side of things, then I don't go to his group. But if you're like, you know what, I want to see how this particular type of person thinks, then Aaron would be the one. And I'm telling you right now, he's aggressive, very aggressive. If you can't take it, then you don't need to be there. But then again, on the flip side of it, I would say, yeah, get in there and just listen to what he thinks, and you weigh it out. But I'm gonna recap.
I'm also helpful.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It'll help you one way or the other, you know. And you, like you said, if they can deal with you, then they can deal with anything that's coming their way. I'm gonna recap really quickly about why happily men tend to cheat. We talked about the lack of the needs being met for the man. We also talked about poor personal boundaries. You know, we got to give them their boundaries. Insecurities. And I had talked to this part with my husband, you know, and the thing about feeling so overwhelmed and you know, putting so much on them to where they want to go somewhere else to where they just have a break. Well, is that their fault? No, we women have to own what's ours. And I hope I'm not sounding like I'm bashing Black women, but I want us to take accountability in our part in a marriage, because as I've often stated, Aaron, you know, I say this all the time, it's work involved in marriage. It ain't always one person and always the other person. And I'm speaking to the women now, giving you insight on why a happily married man would cheat. So you can better take a look at yourself, wanting to self-exploration. We can't make them feel bad about some of the things they want to explore. Hell, get on the boat with them and explore it too. It'd probably be fun. I'm just saying. Body image. And this is one that we didn't touch on. A lot of times men want to know if they still have it. If I just want to see if I can still pull this young chick. I know she at the gas station, that fat ass. Let me see if I can pull her. And like you said, they don't always want them. They just want to do what they can do, get away for a while, and then go back to their reality.
Yeah.
So, in closing, Aaron, what would you give? What type of advice would you give to the women? Because you was married. I don't know how long you was married, but you was married. You have 2 children, and just tell them some of the things as a husband would see things in a marriage, even though you're happy that you will cause. What other caveat could you add to this?
One, I would say, ladies, and I'm dead serious. Society has made you think that cheating is the worst thing in the world a man can do to you, and you don't know how to deal with it because you're like, wait, he cheated on me? What? All these different thoughts about that. But I'm not going to say it's hard for a man to be with one woman, because it's not. But to sustain a marriage, which is like 50 years, you actually think a man is going to only sleep with you for 50 years? It's kind of stupid to really just think about it. We're men. Y'all spend the majority of your lives telling men you can't get none and you'll let a couple guys hit. But we want all women to hit, that everyone to have sex with us, even the ugly chicks. So we're not necessarily put together to say no like y'all are put together to say no. Y'all have been saying no to penis literally all your lives. We barely ever say no to poom poom. So it's not hard to say no, but it is something that's not habitual for us to be able to say no. So I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm saying he's going to do something in 50 years. So get over it.
That's the reality of it. I think a lot of times we live in a bubble world. That's the reality of it, and I'm sure to bet any kind of money that anybody that's been in a marriage for over 50 years, they done something. Because you know what? When you go to work, you at work with the people more so than you are at home with them. So that's your other family, and you don't know what's going on or what's been said on the job. That's his work wife.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, So, ladies, I hope that we have said something to you all today, and men, that will enlighten you all. And I hope the takeaway from this today will be that married women, not only married women, single women too, let's learn to be more open. Let's learn to be more open to the fact to say, listen, I'm not always right. Let's create a safe space where we both can have uncomfortable conversations, and let's do this thing in life together and grow together.
Put a side chick on your payroll and let them bang her every 3 months.
And you know what? I agree. Just like you got that side chick, get you a Splackavelli. Listen, thank you so much for joining me today, Aaron. You all click that like button, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you all can find Mr. Let Go on all platforms as Mr. Let Go. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Veronica Farish. Also on TikTok, it's Miss V294. Watch me grow or grow with me. You all have a great day.